part, we have the transportation, warehousing and distribution under one roof, which is very unique. Not many companies have that. And this was already at that time a plan also to have the answers for what is e-commerce requesting or requiring from us. So the development which we see has a huge impact on sourcing. Overall, in terms of sourcing, first of all, it's the speed. It is definitely the most important part. People who are, and I think all of us, we are in the meantime shopping from the internet, we are expecting every day, every minute something new. So that means the consumers are expecting from us, from our side, speed, innovation. Innovation is also a very important part because customers who are shopping on the internet want to be inspired, want to see something new. If they go on the same internet site or website and see the same products, on and on again, they would be bored and they would move on. Otto is a European-based company, so the European sourcing markets are playing an even more important role in the future because they are close to the customers. Transportation is much shorter. You have very creative markets like Turkey, for example, so there is a shift in this regard as well. The normal follow-up role, as we always call it in the old days, when merchandisers, they get an order, they follow it up, they told the buyer, listen, the order is punctual or not, this time is over. You need also here different people, more innovative people, fast speed and thinking, who are able to adjust to the different needs. So overall, e-commerce is changing also the sourcing side. 6 months at least, in the old days. We had 6 months. Look, Otto is coming very much from a mail order perspective. So Otto grew with catalogs. You have a big catalog which 2 times a year, but now today this has changed. It needs to be much faster. Look, we have the mention on the Hammer's roof. We have created an SCM platform, supply chain management platform, because very important is also the transparency, the whole supply chain. That we have a connection from the production place to the distribution place, that customers can always know where are my products. The way we are selecting new suppliers has changed. We are looking now for suppliers who, for example, working with vertical customers, because verticals are already fast. But these are suppliers they are working with who already know how to be fast, speed. We are looking for vendors. We even found out in Hubei, in China, we found very creative vendors who do fabric development, product development. So, and in our organization, also big changes. We are doing R&D in the meantime, because very important, the role of the agencies is changing. So everybody has to change. Otto is certainly a unique company here because we have multi-channel, as you know. We started with a mail order company. In the meantime, e-commerce is even playing the bigger part, and we have also certain retail stores. So it's the whole 3 parts, which makes it much more complex. We see certainly, again, as I said, a trend where European markets are more and more important for us. Northern Africa as well, simply because you have the right mix between the creativity of those markets and close to the market, also close to the customer, short transportation time. I mean, we are not talking about the basic items, we are talking about fashionable items. The part of the speed is an extremely important part. And every company is talking about lead time, about how to get faster. And there are many, many projects going around. But at the end, it's all about, do we have the fabric available or not? In terms of our own organization, very important, I mentioned it shortly, R&D, for us, something definitely very important for the future. Because, as I mentioned, innovation needs, in e-commerce, you need to have always new things. This is an initiative or a strategy 3 years ago, where we talked about the 4 most important competencies or parts which we see we need to develop. This is a sourcing competence, this is the product competence, service competence, and certainly staff competence, staff performance. For every single customer, we have to develop an own sourcing strategy. No matter whether you have a single or multiple channel, because the sourcing world is changing. Look, we have different developments. We see a movement from China away to other markets. So you see a shift in markets. new developments, and this is always a challenge for everybody. It's not only for Otto, for everybody in this world. It's much better to try with your partner to work on the individual product, individual style, to see what can be done in order to make it a better or more attractive price. So product engineering is really a very important part, even more in the future. And for that you need vendors who are also innovative, have ideas, have new systems. So it's another challenge, because we are having still also a lot of very good traditional vendors, but again with the new requirements we will see a shift. So these are the main challenges we see in the sourcing world. And there I wouldn't see so many difference, as I mentioned, between multi-channel and single. But on the other hand, I don't think in the future you will see a lot of single channel companies. You need to be e-commerce. Every single company has to be e-commerce. The new generation is also different, you know. Life, job balance, very important. We are discussing this also in our organization. This is the younger generation. Yes, one thing is they grew up with e-commerce, they grew up with mobile, but they have also maybe a different point of view about how they want to do their life, you know. Career is on one hand important, but they want to spend time with friends, family. So as an employee, you have a different expectation, and the employer we have, for instance, flexible working hours here now in our organization, and which is highly appreciated by the staff. Look, we are a family-based company, which is first of all the difference between, or when you may be a stock market driven company. So, and very much comes with the way Dr. Otto is doing the company, or is building up the company. He cares about his people. So, and I think that's the way Otto is basically successful in this regard. And it's also the environment we are trying to have here, that we are caring about our staff. That we offer training. But overall, I think it's an environment where people feel happy about it. It's a team. We're having Asia-wide meetings where people from different offices come together. So it's overall, I think that makes it why people are staying with our company. And that is very nice.